first came to Dwelling Place Church in August of 2020. I was invited by Dave and Serena Courtney. Thank you for inviting me. I quickly joined Growth Phases after that and really started to build relationships in the classes in Growth Phases, and that started changing me. Then I started joining Connect groups. I joined the Courtney's Connect group and started building relationships there. I also joined the Next Steps team. I feel right at home there. All of these touch points in each one of these groups was an opportunity for me to walk with Jesus. This is my family. I belong here. So what's changed in me in the last 2 years in Dwelling Place Church? Pretty much everything. I mean, my relationship with Christ now is probably the best and the closest relationship I've ever had with Him. My wife is also starting to grow in her faith as well, just from conversations that we're having about growth phases, about Christ, about what's going on here at Dwelling Place Church. The doctrine of sound teaching helps me to understand the Bible a lot better and makes sense to me, and knowledge is power. My posture has changed, how I look at things, how I see things, which affects my gratitude level. It affects the way I position myself to receive from Christ and to receive from others. And that's really an important one, as I think that's what's really changed me, is how I've positioned myself. There's been a lot of firsts here at Dwelling Place Church. It's the first time I've ever fasted, first time I've ever gone to all-night prayer, first time I've ever gone out on the mission field, especially one that's unfamiliar to me in Ansley Park. Every one of those has blessed me in so many different ways. I can't begin to explain to you how it's filled me up. It seems as though I've gotten my joy back, and I didn't realize I had lost it, but now I have found it. The more I've invested in this church, the more it's blessed me. 2 Timothy 3-7. I thank God, whom I serve with pure conscience, as my forefathers did, as without ceasing I remember you in prayers night and day, greatly desiring to see you, being mindful of your tears, that I may be filled with joy. When I call to remembrance the genuine faith that is in you, which dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice, and I am persuaded it is in you also. Therefore I remind you to stir up the gift of God which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. Two things that I wanted to point out about this scripture. It's so powerful. Number one, stirring me up. That's what Dwelling Place has done for me. Stirred me up. The other part of this that I wanted to mention is filled with joy. That's what I feel. I feel filled with joy from what has happened in this church and what's happened to me in this church. The last thing I wanted to say about this scripture, which is important, is it says, I greatly desire to see you. Every time I leave this place, I greatly desire to see each one of you. I can't wait to get back here and spend time with you and fellowship with you. I belong here, and so do you.